to play in the half. Acuff, 1 of 2 from that spot, and he's hit another one. Alex Acuff. And now a turnover. Huppy and Whitman back in. The biggest lead of the game for the Knights, 19-10 after Acuff's second three of the ball game. Gabe Greenbaum running the point. And now into the front court. Off the break, Leimbach going up is fouled. Both officials kind of looked at each other on what would have been kind of a 50-50 call there, and it goes against Greenbaum, his second. 4 team fouls in the half. And Leimbach will go to the line for a pair. Back iron and no good. So the only 2 free throw attempts of the evening, both by the Thunder and both unsuccessful. One more for Leimbach. 2:27 to play in the half. 19-10, Barstow on top as Leimbach knocks down his second free throw, and the lead is 8. Childers looking to attack the front court. Leaves it for Acuff, another 3. No good, but an offensive board. Childers temporarily lost it, got it back, and now Deffenbaugh. And they'll restart with the sophomore Childers. A contested 3, way too strong, and now McCullough to push in the front court. Leaves it to his fellow big man, who quickly realizes he should get it into the hand of a better ball handler. Tough pass inside for Whitman, who was close to the baseline, but he saved it inbounds, and now they'll restart with Huppy. Maskus, Leimbach, now back on the post to Whitman. Back over his right shoulder. Kind of an awkward move by the big fella, but he got it to go, and will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Whitman, I thought, was going to turn with the left hand. Would have been a much easier play, but he got it back over the right shoulder. And Whitman can cut it to 5. And does. First points of the night for Jake Whitman, 19-14. Barstow on top with 1:40 to play now here in the first half. Childers looking for a screen. Turman, first shot of the night. Front iron, no good, and McCullough with another board. And again looking to be aggressive in the front court all the way to the glass. Clinton McCullough with 6 points to lead the Thunder, and 6 in a row now from St. James has the lead down to 3, and Coach Thomas with a 30-second timeout. So a little push here at the end of the first half as St. James had faced its largest deficit of the night, 19-10, just over a minute ago. Lawrence Brown, who had 7 in the first quarter for the Knights, has not scored here in the second quarter. The lion's share of the second quarter scoring coming from sophomore Alex Acuff, who's come off the bench to hit 2 threes. And as we restart, it'll be Knights basketball with 1:21 to play in the half. St. James with Whitman, McCullough, Leimbach, Huppy, and Maskus. And it's Deffenbaugh, Turman, Joseph Penn, Lawrence Brown, and Colby Childers for the Knights. So we'll see what Coach Thomas draws up out of the timeout as Childers looks back to the bench for some quick direction. Again, they try a trap on Brown, but he gets out of it easily, the 6'5 senior. Swings it over to Deffenbaugh. Now Brown in the paint, bowls his way to make space, and now I believe Lawrence Brown's going to be called for going over the back as he knocked Leimbach down, and the senior Leimbach staying down on the floor for a bit. Trouble catching his breath. Don't know if he just fell awkwardly. It looks like maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him based on the way he walks to the sideline. Leinbach replaced by Blake Mayfield. And before we restart, just under 1 minute to play in the half. A little cleanup under the basket. And it'll be St. James basketball. They've scored the last 6. And looking to cut further into what is now a 3-point deficit. Whitman, Maskus, trying to get a touch on the post from McCullough, who's guarded aggressively by Bobby Deffenbaugh. And now they reverse it. McCullough gets it, leaves it behind. Maskus lays it in. Great look by the senior McCullough. And Maskus' first basket of the night cuts the lead down to a single point. Childers to his left around Huppy. Gets caught in no man's land in the air and comes down and travels. So just like that, a 1-point game and the ball back over to the Thunder with 23.8 to play in the first half and a chance to take the lead heading into the locker room. Got to think they will play for the final shot as McCullough slowly walks it up, and we go under 15 seconds to play. 19-18 our score. Barstow on top. McCullough guarded closely by Brown. Now under 10 seconds in the hands of Mayfield. He's guarded by Penn. Mayfield baseline. Leaves it up and under, no good, and rebounded by Deffenbaugh, who just heaves it up in desperation at the end of the half. Score at the end of one half of play, Barstow 19 and the Thunder 18. We'll step aside for a quick break and come back with a recap of the first half and some stats. You're watching high school basketball on 810varsity.com. We are at halftime at St. James Academy with the Barstow Knights leading St. James 19-18. Leading scores so far tonight, Lawrence Brown with 7 for the Knights and Alex Acup with 6 for the Thunder. It is McCullough with 6 and Whitman and Leimbach with 3 each. 19-18 the score. The Knights have led by as many as 9, but an 8-0 run by the Thunder leading up to halftime has pulled the hosts back within a point. Again, tonight's broadcast on 810varsity.com brought to you by A&B CarStar. Collision or repair, A&B CarStar has locations throughout the Kansas City metro area. Check them out online for the closest location to you at carstar.com or call the Riverside location for more information. 816-741-6966. A&B CarStar is proud to be the title sponsor of 810varsity.com and sponsor high school sports year-round throughout the metro area. We're also brought to you by Christian Brothers Roofing. If you're going to trust a roof over your head, you need to trust your roofing company. With Christian Brothers Roofing Company, you get years of experience and integrity. Don't wait until you know there's a problem. Contact us for a complimentary 16-point roof and gutter inspection at Christian Brothers Roofing, 816-453-ROOF or at 453roof.com. 810varsity.com is your new home for Kansas City high school sports. And if you like 810 Varsity now, buckle your seatbelts for the new redesign set to launch in just a few weeks with team and league pages, full sport coverage from football to soccer to wrestling, and of course no one brings more games live online than 810varsity.com. Over 175 broadcasts this fall and even more ahead this winter. Live or archive, watch games online at 810varsity.com. Again, our score at the break, Barstow 19, St. James 18. We'll step aside for a short break before the start of the second half. You're watching Kansas City High School basketball on 810varsity.com. We are back and getting ready for the start of the second half. Barstow leading St. James 19-18. It was an 8-0 run by the Thunder to end the first half and pull within a point after trailing by 9, which was the largest lead of the game. Greenbaum, Brown, Woods, Deffenbaugh, and Childers, the original starting five on the floor for the Knights. It's Leimbach, Huppy, Maskus, Whitman, and McCullough, the original starting five for the Thunder as well. Opening possession here of the second half, taking their time as Greenbaum starts the offense. Deffenbaugh thought about a right wing three. Instead, it reverses to Woods, who has that one rattle out, and it's rebounded by McCullough. Up into the front court, Leimbach with a short pull-up, knocks it down. Steven Leimbach, who left late in the first half after apparently getting the wind knocked out of him, knocks down the first shot of the second half for the Thunder, and St. James has its first lead of the night, 20-19. Swing pass goes into the second row of the seats, and another early turnover for Bobby Deffenbaugh and the Barstow Knights, who trail for the first time, and now Thunder basketball as we are just about 1 minute into the second half. Huppy given a lot of room by Greenbaum, and now Maskus. McCullough. Full touch foul out around the three-point line called on Lawrence Brown. I believe that is his second foul. It is the second on Brown. He and Greenbaum and Woods, three of the starting five for the Knights, with a pair of fouls each. Nice back cut by Huppy. Off the glass, can't get it to fall. Maskus hustling for the rebound, but he had a foot on the baseline as he leaped into the air for it. So it'll go over to the visiting Knights, who trail 20-19, 6:50 to play in the third quarter. Greenbaum will walk it up the court. The senior lead guard did not score in the first half. It was Brown who led the Knights with 7, Acup off the bench with 6. 2 apiece for Woods, Childers, and Deffenbaugh. That jumper by Deffenbaugh no good, and rebounded by big Jake Whitman. McCullough with a quick move and off the glass and good. Clint McCullough leads all scorers now with 8, and it's 22-19. A 3-point lead for the Thunder. Open three, Woods, and it falls. Judson Woods with 5. That one hung on the lip of the rim, and now into the front court. Huppy traveled, and it's turned back over to the Knights. So we're tied at 22. First tie of the evening. Woods in traffic, was hacked on the way up. Looks like that'll go against Whitman. That'll be the first team foul of the half on the Thunder. And it does go against the junior Jake Whitman. They're going to call that foul on the floor, so no free throws for Woods. I thought he was on the way up, but instead it'll be inbound from the baseline. Greenbaum swings it across to Deffenbaugh. Whitman's giving him some space. Instead, Greenbaum will get it from the free throw line. Blocked by McCullough, but the big man will get called for the foul. And now free throws to come for the senior Greenbaum. First foul on McCullough, and the second on the Thunder. Greenbaum looking for his first points of the evening. First free throw off the glass and in. So Greenbaum with a little bit of a sly grin and shaking his head as he gets ready to get the ball for his second attempt. That one off the back iron. Whitman taps it to himself for the rebound. And 23-22, Barstow back on top by a single point as Huppy starts the offense again for the Thunder. Good post position by McCullough. Quick turn of the shoulder, but too strong on his shot, and now Woods into the front court for the Knights. Brown tried to give it right back to him, but Judson Woods wasn't ready, and now McCullough up. Maskus leaves it behind to Leimbach, who pulls it back out. Huppy. Leimbach thought about a three. Now Whitman with good position. Back over his right shoulder again. Jake Whitman must not like going up with the left hand. Again, kind of awkward spinning back over his right shoulder, but it worked again And the big fella's got 5. Thunder back on top by a point, 24-23. Greenbaum with a little bit of a mismatch as McCullough closes on him. And now Woods with a high arcing jump shot, no good, and a one-handed rebound by the senior Lineback. Almost halfway through this third quarter, 24-23, St. James on top. We've had 3 lead changes here in the third quarter. Whitman can't get the bounce off the rim there. Maskus fighting for it under the basket, gets it away from Brown. And another chance here for the Thunder. Tough shot in the paint by Huppy, but he gets it back now with a try for 3 and hits. Tom Huppy with his first long range of the night, and it's 27-23. 4-point lead for the Thunder, their largest of the night, and a timeout for the Knights with 4:03 to play in the third quarter. Full timeout. Huppy now with 5 points as the Thunder have opened up the second half, outscoring the Knights 9-4 to turn a 1-point deficit into a 4-point lead. Again, follow live brackets and watch games online at 810varsity.com, your new home for Kansas City High School sports. Full sports coverage from soccer to football to wrestling. And no one brings more games live online than 810varsity.com. Live or archive, watch games online at 810varsity.com. Winter tournament coverage coming at you next week, including action from the Culver's Shootout down in Lee Summit. That will feature some of the finest teams on the Missouri side of the state line, including Lee Summit West, Lee Summit North, and Blue Springs South. Back to action as we go under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Thunder on top, 27-23. Greenbaum leaves it for Deffenbaugh. He's had a chance to pull the trigger on a couple of those threes and has passed on all but one. Greenbaum with an awkward little spin, but he knocks it down from just inside the elbow. Greenbaum now with 3 points, and it's 27-25. St. James on top. 3:35 to play here in the third quarter. Huppy hit one from deep his last time down here. He's got some space to shoot another one. Instead, he drives off the glass, and good. Tom Huppy coming alive after a scoreless first quarter, now has 7. And it's back to a 4-point lead for St. James. Greenbaum, top of the circle 3. No good. Rebound into the corner. Brown saves it, but it's into the hands of McCullough. Into the front court, the big man. Straight to the rim and in. Clint McCullough with another basket. Quickly the other way. Woods off the glass and in. Quick answer as the Thunder defense couldn't get back in time. So each team trading layups. And it's back to a 4-point game. 31-27. Thunder on top. About 2:40 to play in the third quarter. Overplay by Woods leads to an open shot by Maskus. No good, but rebounded by Whitman. Lineback steps into an open 3. Back iron, no good. And it ends up in the hands of Lawrence Brown. Again, Brown has been kind of quiet since the early going, scoring 7 points in the first quarter, but has not scored since. Deffenbaugh trapped on the baseline. Now a dangerous pass there. Almost tipped into the back court. And Brown has it on the right wing, looking for a little bit of a clear out. Rises up over Maskus, lost to handle, but a nice little touch pass to Judson Woods, who now has 9 points to lead the Knights. 31-29, a 2-point lead for the Thunder. Huppy feeling it. Teardrop as Huppy falls to the floor, but he knocks it down, and 9 now for Huppy, who's come to life. A cheap little reach there by Whitman. Woods laid it off the glass, but they waved it off and said that the foul occurred before Woods began the act of shooting. It's the second foul on Whitman. Third on the Thunder. Turman and Penn into the game for the Knights. Mayfield and Eckelman for the Thunder. Short range bucket. Joseph Penn, who was kind of left alone on that inbound. Little 6-foot jump shot there. And it's back to a 2-point margin with 1:30 to play in the third quarter. Eckelman in the corner. Bounces it out to Huppy. And now McCullough. McCullough to the free throw line. Tried to leave it off to Huppy, but he was hacked on the way up. I believe that one will go against Bobby Deffenbaugh. And that'll be an inbound from under the basket with 1:17. Bob Engen checks in for Maskus. 2 fouls now on Deffenbaugh. McCullough caught it on the high post. Nice strong move into the paint by Clint McCullough. 12 points for McCullough. Nearing a minute to play in the third quarter. Nice move on the baseline, Judson Woods. 9 points for the junior Judson Woods, who has 11 to lead all scorers. Check that, as I just mentioned, McCullough with 12. Woods leading the Knights with his 11 points. 45 seconds to play in the third quarter, 35-33. Tough pass, trying to get it over the top to Eckelman, leads to a turnover. Woods on the run out, lays it in again. Judson Woods continues to dominate the quarter for the Knights, and he has us tied at 35 as we approach 30 seconds to play. Third quarter running out, and a good ball game here from St. James Academy. Engen, difficult cross-court pass, but Mayfield near the timeline now gives it back to Huppy. Under 20 seconds. Huppy guarded by Joseph Penn. Now waiting for a little movement. And it's McCullough who will operate with under 10 seconds to play. Huppy now off the screen, has an open look. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Lawrence Brown as the final seconds tick off in the third quarter. End of 3, 35-35. Barstow and St. James with 8 minutes to determine the winner tonight. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Christian Brothers Roofing. If you're going to trust the roof over your head, you need to trust your roofing company. Christian Brothers Roofing Company. You get years of experience and integrity. Don't wait until you know there's a problem. Contact us for a complimentary 16-point roof and gutter inspection at Christian Brothers Roofing. 816-453-ROOF or at 453roof.com. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by A&B CarStar. Collision or repair. A&B CarStar has locations throughout the Kansas City metro area. Check us out online for the closest location to you at carstar.com or call the Riverside location for more information. 816-741-6966. A&B CarStar is proud to be the title sponsor of A10varsity.com and sponsor high school sports year-round throughout the metro area. Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter, all tied up. Barstow 35, St. James 35. Largest lead of the night was Barstow, 19-10. In the final couple minutes of the first half. But a big run by the Thunder turned that 9-point deficit into what eventually became a 4-point lead. But back and forth action for most of the third quarter with a couple of ties, 3 lead changes. And the final 8 minutes, we begin all square. Pass tipped by Lawrence Brown into the hands of Mayfield. It's Mayfield, Eckelman, McCullough, Engen, and Huppy on the floor for the Thunder. Brown, Turman, Childers, Acuff, and Penn on the floor for the Knights. That one deflected out of bounds as McCullough made his move. It'll be an inbound from the baseline for St. James here on the opening possession of the fourth quarter. Mayfield lobs it. On the elbow, McCullough rises up with a hand in his face, knocks it down. Clint McCullough with the first basket of the fourth quarter. He's got 14 to lead all scorers. St. James on top by a pair. Childers on the right wing, guarded well by Huppy. Just 2 points for the sophomore starting guard, Colby Childers. And here's Brown, who again hasn't scored since the first quarter when he kind of dominated the early play. Acuff's hit a couple of threes. That one Too strong, but it ends up in the hands of Thurman, who got it swatted. Another chance, but it's rebounded by McCullough off the miss by Childers. Mayfield will bring it up. Just over a minute into the final quarter, 37-35, Thunder on top. Nice seal. Eckelman lays it in. Eckelman's first basket comes at a good time as the lead is back up to 4. He had the lanky A-cuff on his hip. Eckelman using his football size to seal off the man, and a nice feed by McCullough to get him the ball there. Thurman had it swatted last time he got into the paint. This time he kicks it back out. Ends up with Brown aggressively into the paint. Throws it up off the glass, but he was fouled at the free throw line as he tried to raise up for that jump shot. And Lawrence Brown will go to the free throw line for a pair. I believe that foul going against Blake Mayfield. It is on Mayfield, who has just one foul, and it's 4 now against the Thunder. 6:18 to play in the ball game. 39-35. Thunder on top, looking to win their 5th game in a row. Brown's first free throw goes around and out. Deffenbaugh and Woods back in as Acuff and Turman take a seat for the Knights. Engen from Mayfield. Damascus, rather, checking in from Mayfield for the Thunder. So one more free throw for Lawrence Brown, who misses again. And it remains a 4-point game as we approach the 6-minute mark. Damascus guarded by Penn. Bob Engen. Now Huffey. Eckelman to seal again. The help was there, but Eckelman got rid of it quickly. And now back out on the perimeter. Eckelman looking to set up on the post again. Huffey in traffic, leaves it behind, trying to get it to Eckelman, but it was Penn who was there for the steal. Deffenbaugh poked away from behind and into the hands of Clint McCullough. Into the front court, and it turned around. Huffey. And Coach Mark Huffey tells his team to slow it down a little bit. No need to force it. Up 5-4 with 5:30 to play here. That outlet pass by Clint McCullough, a little too strong, and it had Huffey a little bit off balance. So it's back to the Knights, who trail by 4. Woods wants a 3. Comes up short, and it's rebounded by Ben Maskus. And now Engen, guarded by Judson Woods. And now Coach Huffey will take a 30-second timeout. 5:10 to play, 39-35. St. James on top. This matches the largest lead of the game for the Thunder, who are trailed by as many as 9. Leading scorers on the night, 14 for Clint McCullough. Another steady performance by the senior, who averages around 20 a game. And after a slow start, Tom Huffey has come alive in the second half. He scored 7 in the third quarter. He's got 9 for the game. And after a quick start by Lawrence Brown, who had 7 in the first quarter, the Knights have been led by junior Judson Woods, who scored 11 in the third quarter and has 13 for the Knights. So it'll be Thunder basketball out of the timeout as Blake Mayfield comes to the scorer's table to check in as we reset. Leimbach, Huffey, McCullough, Eckelman. And we've got 6 on the floor right now for the Thunder. Somebody's got to go to the bench, and it's Eckelman. So they caught that before the ball was whistled into play. Mayfield, Huffey, Maskus, Leimbach, and McCullough. Maskus, Leimbach, Mayfield. Huffey on the left wing now. A little bit of a 2-3 zone look for the Knights coming out of that timeout now. And St. James is content to be very patient. Huffey had an opening there for a 3-pointer, but again, no reason to rush anything here. Huffey gets into the paint, pulls up, gets the roll. Tom Huffey into double figures. Not sure what the stoppage of play was there. Ball came into play. Childers wasn't ready for it. And Huppy came and picked it up off the deck. The Knights lucky to avoid a real giveaway of a basket there. As Childers obviously wasn't aware that the ball was ready for play. Brown bouncing it into him. But they avoid the mistake there. Penn with an open three from the corner. Hits a big shot there from Joseph Penn, who's got 5 points, all of them coming in the second half, and that one pulls the Knights back within 3. After the Thunder had stretched to their largest lead of the night at 6 points. Leimbach hands off to Huppy. Under 4 minutes to play now. Maskus back to a man-to-man defense are the Knights. Maskus steps inside the three-point line. Rebounded by Lawrence Brown. And now the big fella tosses it up court. Penn wants another three, this time from the other side of the court. That one missed. Would have tied. Looked a little awkward on the release. And now Huppy will walk it up with 3:20 to play. Thunder leading by 3. Shades of 2 years ago when these two teams played down to the final buzzer. When a Clinton McCullough free throw with no time left on the clock won the ball game. So Deffenbaugh takes the seat after the foul. That's the third team foul on the Knights. Tough entry pass there, and the deflection and steal by Lawrence Brown. So again, still a one-possession game, and it's Greenbaum to Deffenbaugh. Woods off the curl, wasn't there, and now they throw it to the bench. Coach Billy Thomas slams the ball on the ground after that turnover there. Was not pleased with it. Looked like Woods was open for a moment on the curl, and instead it was sent across the court. Greenbaum wasn't ready for it, and it's back to the Thunder. 2:50 to play. St. James 41, Barstow 38. Mayfield swings it to Huppy. Another turnover, trying to get it inside to McCullough. Wasn't much space there. And so the Knights again with the chance to pull within 1 or tie with a 3. Greenbaum had an opening for a second. Instead, it's Deffenbaugh who's double teamed. Into the paint. Under the basket, it was Judson Woods. He kind of got tied up on the way up and was fouled, and he will go to the line. 15th foul on the Thunder, the first on Tom Huppy. And it will be Woods to the line for a pair. Back iron, and no good again. The Knights just 1 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. And in a close ball game, obviously, that looms large. Another miss. Brown tries to tap the rebound to himself and saves it, but to the wrong team as Blake Mayfield controls. Thunder basketball with 2:20 to play and a 3-point lead. It's Penn guarding Mayfield. Now Greenbaum's there for the help. Maskus with an open 3 on the kick out. No good, but the rebound by McCullough. Clint straight up, off the glass and in. Clint McCullough with a big bucket. And the lead is back to 5. We go under 2 minutes to play. St. James on top 43-38. Deffenbaugh thought about it. Now dribbling in past the elbow, steps out. Cutting is Woods, put his head down and tossed it up. And Woods, who just missed a pair from the line, will go back for 2 more. So for the second time in a row, it's a foul against Huppy. McCullough's last basket gives him 16 for the night. As Woods converts that free throw, and Childers comes back in for Penn. 1:51 to play, 43-39. Thunder on top. And 1 more for the junior Judson Woods. And it's a 3-point game at 43-30. 43-40 rather. Mayfield walks it up the floor. Guarded by Greenbaum. Eckelman, the big fella, comes out for a touch. And now back to Mayfield. Dangerous pass there as Childers closed ground on Huppy. Chewing time off the clock. And now a foul out on the perimeter with 1:22 left. Still not yet a bonus situation. First foul on Childers. And the fourth on the Knights. And before we restart action with 1:22 left, it is a full timeout for Coach Mark Huppy and the Thunder. 43-40 our score with 1:22 to play. Again, tonight's broadcast brought to you by A&B CarStar. Collision or repair, A&B CarStar has locations throughout the Kansas City metro area. Check us out online for the closest location to you or at carstar.com. Or call the Riverside location for more information, 816-741-6966. A&B CarStar is proud to be the title sponsor of 810varsity.com and sponsor high school sports year-round throughout the metro area. Also brought to you by Christian Brothers Roofing. If you're going to trust the roof over your head, you need to trust your roofing company. With Christian Brothers Roofing Company, you get years of experience and integrity. Don't wait until you know there's a problem. Contact us for a complimentary 16-point roof and gutter inspection. Christian Brothers Roofing, 816-453-ROOF or 453roof.com. It's been tight since late in the second quarter. 43-40, St. James on top with 1:22 to play. And it'll be Thunder basketball as we reset. Maskus, Eckelman, McCullough, Mayfield, and Huppy on the floor for the Thunder. It's Brown, Childers, Woods, Deffenbaugh, and Greenbaum on the floor for the Knights. And Gabe Greenbaum gives a quick foul off the inbound. That'll be his third. Fifth on the Knights. So still fouls to give. And Woods quickly closing ground on Huppy. And that'll be three on Judson Woods. Check that. That was called on Childers. So two on the sophomore. Inbound fumbled away by McCullough. And now Brown into the front court and the foul by Mayfield. So just the turn of events the Knights were hoping for there. After giving a couple of fouls, they get the turnover and have a chance to cut into the three-point deficit without any further time going off the clock. Seventh team foul as Mayfield picks up his second. And so now Lawrence Brown to the line. He's 0 for 2 from there tonight. Big ones here. That one rattles around and out. He's halfway down. And talk about another fortunate break for the Knights. They were trying to give a foul in the back court, but the Thunder got the ball ahead as Maskus slipped and another turnover. So despite the missed free throw, still a one-possession game as we go under a minute to play. Greenbaum waiting for some movement. Brown sets a screen for Childers. Crowd coming to life now. 50 seconds to play. Lawrence Brown will take a deep three. Off the iron, no good. Judson Woods with the rebound in traffic. Now back to Brown, who wants another three. Short and rebounded by McCullough. So a couple of deep threes by Brown that were maybe a little forced. And now the Knights will be forced to try and foul again. Haven't yet done it. 30 seconds to play now. Maskus trying to dribble it out. And Woods finally gives the foul. So a couple of turnovers at very unfortunate times for the Thunder. But they avoided damage at the other end of the floor with the missed free throw and the missed threes by Lawrence Brown. And now with 7 fouls, Maskus will go to the line with 29.3 to play to try and build on the 3-point lead. Maskus with 2 points. And he rattles home the free throw. 2-possession game now with just under 30 seconds to play, 44-40. The Thunder have led by as many as 5. The first half lead for the Knights got as large as 9. But it's back to 5 now as Greenbaum lets the ball roll until he has to pick it up near the sideline. Off the curl, Childers for three, back iron no good. Rebound pulled down by Maskus, and he's fouled again. So Ben Maskus will go back to the free throw line, looking to hit a couple more and stretch the lead out to a 3-possession game. Third foul on Brown. It'll still be a 1-and-1. But Maskus just knocked down a pair from there about 8 seconds ago. Front iron, and it rattles around and in. So 3 in a row for Ben Maskus, the junior forward, with ice in his veins at crunch time here. And with this one, he could make it a 3-possession game. But Brown gets the carom off the rebound and dribbles it aggressively into the front court. Greenbaum off the screen, looking for the three, has it knocked and swatted by Clint McCullough. And now the Knights have to give another foul with 11 seconds left, and the student section for the Thunder can taste this one. McCullough quickly closing on the senior guard, Greenbaum. Now Leimbach checking back in for Jake Whitman. We were tied at 35 heading into the fourth quarter, and it's been an 11-5 quarter for the Thunder, but they've missed the last 2 free throws. Some life here for the Knights. Off-balance 3 by Woods. Offensive rebound, though. And the bucket by Colby Childers. It's all academic as the buzzer sounds. 46-42. A come-from-behind victory. St. James has now won 5 straight to improve to 5-5 on the season. Just the second loss of the year for Barstow. 46-42 our final score. The Thunder led by Clint McCullough, who scored 16. Tom Huppy with 13. Check that, 14 for Huppy. And for the Knights, it was Judson Woods with 15 points, and he was the only member of the Knights in double figures. Next action for St. James will be at the Dodge City Tournament of Champions next week. Barstow back in action Tuesday against Archie. Keep a close eye on 810varsity.com for future action. Including tournament week coverage, including Baser Linwood Bobcat Invitational next week, the Culver Shootout from Lee Summit High School. And watch for further updates on 810varsity.com, your home for Kansas City High School sports. Again, your final score from St. James Academy: St. James 46, Barstow 42. Steve Eisenberg signing off. 810varsity.com.